Hola people! We are here today with Peter Sebastian, that is one of our English teachers in the language activities that we organize in Liverpool. And we'll talk today about learning English, in this case, or languages, in an innovative and original way. So come with us and know more about Peter and his way of teaching English. Hello, so here we are with Peter Sebastian. We are in the Liverpool Chamber of Commerce. Cheers. And, well, I'm happy to have Peter here because he has a long and wide trajectory. For example, he's a master's degree from the London University in Gender, Sexuality and Culture. He's also a postgraduate certificate in teaching English, advanced diploma in drama from the Royal Society of Arts. He's a qualified person-centered therapist, if I'm not mistaken, and teaching religious studies and drama in the East End of London for 10 years. Yes? A principal actor in community pantomime and performing arts tutor. And, among other things, counselling therapist in hospitals and prison for bereavement, illness and mental health support.
Yes.
So after all this amazing trajectory, how did you end up in Hola People? I cannot imagine what happened.
Thank you, Esteban. Well, what I did, I saw your post on meetup.com and thought, ooh, that looks interesting. So I sent you a message and I just mentioned that I'm an English teacher as well, and it all started from there.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, I have talked about your background just now, but if you can tell a little more in detail your story.
Yes, thank you. I began as a teacher of religious studies and the use of drama within religion and moral education for reflecting on issues, life issues and faith issues also in an ordinary comprehensive school in the outer East End of London. That's how I began. And from there I went into community work with community groups, which was more adult education, at the same time entering more into performing arts. And I became part of a performing arts academy for all ages as one of the principal actors. So for 5 years I became the Mad King, right? And also for 5 years I was the pantomime dame. So that was great fun. So
you can keep that, yeah.
Oh, I can. Most kind. Don't you just love it? There we are. Let's put this on as well. There we go. Mm-hmm. So therefore, the use of drama within language learning, I think, is great fun because we can build more confidence in being able to speak another language with humour and also with careful listening to each other. So from out of that, what then happened was that I really got into more community work, as you say, within the hospitals and some prison work as well for people with particular sadness, bereavement, dying, people who are ill, but also with mental health distress. So that was a very serious time in my life when I did a lot of therapy. I like Carl Rogers, where the idea is to connect with another person with the reality of their lives. And I think that that is very relevant for English teaching also, because what I try to do is to understand what the students need today, now, for their speaking and perhaps for their essay writing or document writing to help them with their English now.
But you say something about serious. Why are you wearing this?
Because all life can be too tragic, and what we need is to laugh, especially in English classes, definitely.
Okay, that takes me to the next question.
Okay, Esteban.
So, what is your, because I have known that you have a special method for your classes. How is that exactly? Can you tell more about your classes? How do you organize them? How do you teach? What is your method?
I start off with straightforwardly like, hello Esteban, how are you? How is your day? Now, depending how someone answers that, actually what I'm doing is hearing what they're saying, and I will respond to that, and then we will develop the conversation. And as we talk, I can correct what people are saying. I can write it down, I can speak it, but carry on the conversation. And then from what they are saying, I can then move to the area of English that they're wanting to work on now. So it's very personal. It's better in a small group because then you can share the conversation, listen to each other and move forward with with things that are interesting as well as hopefully amusing.
Okay, that sounds interesting.
Yes.
But
it's very person-centered. So in other words, I'm trying to be very sensitive to the individuals who I'm gathered with. So in that process, it's about how we use ordinary English on a day-to-day basis is number one, because it can be very difficult to understand what people are saying because they talk so fast. I have an ordinary English accent, but when you have a local accent, it can be even harder. So I will break down the slang or colloquial conversation so that we can be ordinary English speakers in the local area.
How did you get this BBC accent? It was nature or nurture?
Well, for a number of years I lived down south, both in Winchester and then in my years in London, really. So I think my accent became more BBC, more solid, and it's a very useful accent for teaching English because I can speak clearly. As well as also I can speak very fast and sort of how people speak ordinarily and talk like this, and it's very complicated. And how on earth do you understand? So slow down. Yeah.
I'm also interested about this new type of activities that you're preparing for all the people, that is teaching languages using drama.
Yes, so I think it's a time when as a group we can come together. Don't worry about a thing, don't worry about confidence. It's about just enjoying an hour of playing, really. And in the hour, what I would do, we would start off with a circle game with our names, and then I would be in role to begin with. So for example, it could be anything. I mean, it could be a pantomime game. However, let's start perhaps with a coffee shop. So people would ask me in English questions and I would pretend to be the owner of a coffee shop, and that would be the exchange of language. So and it's important that people just speak from their own English, whether it's a little English or a lot of English, it doesn't matter. We're all together in one group. And then I would propose in little groups, we prepare a little role play each about buying coffee in a coffee shop. And then we would see each other's little plays. Hopefully we would laugh as well, because they would all be different. And then there would be a second exercise where I would add something like the coffee shop server is speaking too fast, and one person can't understand what she is saying, and the other person is trying to explain what's going on. It could be quite funny, and we would laugh, but hopefully grow in confidence to be out there on the streets, in shops, just speaking English with more confidence.
Mm-hmm. How do you think it enhances the learning? I mean, the role playing. In what way it is better to learn the languages?
I think that the number one most important thing is that we grow in our own confidence, and when we talk and we get over the barrier of being scared of talking in another language and just feel more able just to talk, even if it's only a little or it may be a lot in English, then that is a great confidence thing. So we are less nervous, happier, and can enjoy English more. Because English, I think, is a very difficult language, and it's complicated, and it's irregular. You can never guess spellings. The same word can have different meanings, and the structure of sentences can be very complicated.
Mm-hmm. I think it's also interesting because when you involve emotions,
Yes.
what you do, it is better for learning. People retain more what they are learning if they are having fun.
Yes, I totally agree. So we aim to have fun, and at times we talk about serious subjects, but normally it's with fun and humour. Laughter is very important, and then we can feel happier about trying to understand a second language, a new language, English.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, Peter, it has been a pleasure to having you here. Thank you for telling us about your life, your preparation, and what you are doing, and especially looking forward to these language drama activities. And in the meantime, have a good time and see you next Saturday.
Thanks very much, Esteban. Great chatting with you. Thank you.
See you in the next video, and if you are in Liverpool, come with us on Saturday and take part in these good activities that we are preparing for you. See you, bye!